A container ship in the middle of the Pacific is 1,000 miles from the nearest cell tower. The crew can still file paperwork, check the engines, and call home, all through a flat antenna on the mast that talks to satellites passing overhead. When one satellite drops below the horizon, the antenna grabs the next one, and nobody on board even notices. That's the satellite war. It's not lasers in space, it's a fight over who owns that connection and who can switch it off. 2 billion people still don't have internet. Most of them want it. The problem is that it costs too much to reach them. Running fiber out to a village of 300 can hit tens of thousands of dollars a mile, and the phone company never earns it back. Satellites get around that completely. One network in orbit can cover the whole planet, including every ship, plane, and truck out past the last tower, and whoever builds it first can charge everyone else to connect. That's the prize. So there are three real questions. Why is this finally possible? Who's winning? And can anyone catch them? So why now? The old internet satellites sat about 22,000 miles up, so far away that the signal took half a second to get there and back, too slow for a video call. Move the satellite down to 340 miles, and that delay almost disappears. The problem is that from down low, each one sees only a small patch of ground and flies past in minutes, so you need thousands of them. By 2026, Starlink had more than 10,000 satellites up and around 10 million people paying every month. SpaceX builds them itself, launches them on its own rockets, and pours the money into building more. A competitor has to rent a rocket and wait. Starlink just builds another batch. Amazon is the only company big enough to really compete. It's put more than $10 billion into a network called Amazon Leo, with approval for over 3,000 satellites. But by mid-2026, it only had a few hundred in orbit, next to Starlink's 10,000. It's even facing a government deadline to launch half its fleet by July, and it's already asking for more time. Amazon doesn't have to beat Starlink, though. It just has to be a solid second option, so airlines and governments aren't stuck with one company. Everybody else is chasing a smaller slice. Eutelsat's OneWeb focuses on airlines, ships, and governments. Telesat's Lightspeed, about 200 satellites, sells guaranteed service to militaries and big companies. And some governments are just building their own. Europe is spending 10 billion euros on a network called Iris Squared, so it doesn't depend on an American company. China is building too. Getting online has become something countries don't want to rent from a rival. And there's a bigger reason governments care. When cell towers get bombed or burned down, a satellite terminal the size of a laptop can put soldiers, medics, and rescue crews back online in minutes. Ukraine showed how much that matters. But it works the other way too. If a war runs on one company's network, that company decides where it works and who gets priority. A private business ends up controlling something that used to belong to governments. The next step gets rid of the dish entirely. Starlink already has satellites that connect straight to a regular phone, starting with texts in dead zones. A phone has only a tiny antenna, so for now, it's just enough to call for help. A stranded driver, a lost hiker, a town after a storm takes out the towers. For phone companies, it means coverage everywhere without building a single tower. You won't even think about it. Your phone just stops showing no signal. Satellite internet won't replace fiber or cell towers. It becomes the backup underneath them, the layer that keeps working when everything on the ground goes down. And the longer you use it, the harder it is to leave, because your contract, your equipment, and your phone are all tied to one network. This is also the first piece of the bigger space economy. The fuel depots, repair tugs, and stations that come next will all need it. Rockets get you to orbit. The network runs everything after. So watch who controls it.